Good morning, students. So today I'm going to explain about active voice and passive voice. So voice is a form of verb. So form of verb means here. So the verb get changed under passive voice. Now coming to the active voice. Active voice means a sentence is called active voice when the subject of the sentence does the action. Means sentence, if we take as example of the sentence is divided into subject, verb, object, or subject, be form, main verb, object. So in this structure we see the subject does the action. So all the sentences where the subject does the action is said to be active voice. For example, the carpenter is making doors. So here the carpenter, what he does, that is making of doors, is directly involved the making of the action. So that is why it is called active voice. So passive voice means the sentence is called passive voice where the subject does not do the action, the subject receives the action. For example, the doors are being made by the carpenter. So this is the example for passive voice. Now, how do we identify active voice, passive voice? Active voices can be identified by the sentences which are having tense structures. All the tense structure sentences are called to be active voice sentences, because in all those sentences we see the subject is doing an action or the subject is given main important. Without the subjects, the action may not take place. So that is why all the tense structure sentences are said to be active voice sentences. But not exactly all the sentences. The sentences which are having direct object. So here direct object means after the verb, without the preposition, if there is an object, and that is said to be direct object. Suppose if there is a preposition between verb and object, then that type of sentences cannot be changed into passive voice. So we need to have the direct object. So this is the introductory part of the active voice and passive voice. So we see the passive voice sentences where the subject does not do the action directly, it receives the action. So there the object is given important. Now coming to the rules, we have some rules for changing from active to passive voice. So rule number 1, the subject of the active voice is changed into object under passive. The object of the active voice is changed into subject under passive. So this is rule number 1. Suppose Razu plays football. Razu is a subject, plays verb, football object. So here Razu is the subject, that becomes object under passive. Football is an object, that becomes subject under passive. So that is rule number 1 is the subject of the active voice becomes object under passive. The object of the active voice becomes subject under passive voice. Next, rule number 2. We should use always past participle form of verb, that is V3 verb under passive voice. And rule number 3, we need to use by. That by we have to use under passive voice. But using of this by is an optional. But since we are in learning process, we need to use that by when we make a change active voice sentence into passive voice. Next, coming to the rule number 4, the subjective pronouns are changed into objective pronouns. For example, subjective pronouns means I, we, you, he, she, it. I is changed as me under passive. We is changed as us under passive. You is changed as you under passive. He is changed as him under passive. She is changed as her under passive. It is changed as it under passive. They is changed as them under passive. So these are the subjects which we get under active voice and changed as all this way. So sometimes we may also get names as under subject, maybe proper nouns. But when we get proper nouns under subject form, under object we have to use same proper noun. There will not be any change. So these are the 4 rules that we have from changing from active to passive voice. Now coming to the tense changes. When the active voice is in the simple present tense, when we change the sentence into passive voice, we need to use present continuous tense be forms. What are the present continuous tense be forms? That is am, is, are. But how do we use those be forms under passive? That depends on the object of the active voice. If the object of the active voice, if it is singular, we have to use is be form under passive. If the object of the active voice, if it is plural, we have to use are be form under passive. But when do we use am as a be form under passive? That is when we get me under objective form under active voice, that becomes I under passive voice. There we have to use am be form. So the tense first rule is when the active voice is in the simple present tense, use present continuous tense be forms am, is, are plus V3 verb. That is simple present tense. For example, Sita plays tennis. So that is active voice. Tennis is played by Sita. Why do we use is there? Because tennis is an object under active. That is a singular object. Under passive that becomes subject. So that is why tennis is played by Sita. So I have used again Sita under object form because it is a proper noun. Okay. So that is simple present tense. When it is coming to the simple past tense, when the active voice is there, when it is changed into passive voice, we have to use past continuous tense be forms. That is was, were plus V3. The structure for passive voice is subject plus, was, were plus, V3 plus, by plus, object. So this is for passive when the active voice is under simple past tense. Same, was and were, how do we use them under passive? That is based on the active voice object. If the active voice object, if it is singular, that becomes subject under passive, use was. If the object of the active voice, if it is plural, that becomes passive subject and we have to use were. So that is simple past tense. Coming to the simple future tense. Simple future tense also, when that sentence is changed into passive, use future continuous tense be forms. That is will be, shall be. So we have to use continuous tense be forms when the active voice sentences are either in the simple present tense or simple past tense or simple future tense. In all these 3 simple tenses, if the active voices are there, use continuous tense be forms relating to the particular tense. So this is from active to passive changes of the tenses. Next, going to the continuous tenses like present continuous tense, past continuous tense and future continuous tense. Suppose present continuous. So under present continuous tense, under active voice, we will have the be forms am, is, are. When the active voice sentence is changed into passive, we need to use same present continuous tense be forms am, is, are, that is based on the object of the active voice. So after using same tense be form, we need to add being, B-E-I-N-G. That is a rule. For example, Krishna is writing exam. So exam is being written by Krishna. So here we have used is plus being because active voice sentence is in the present continuous tense. So when the active voice in the present continuous tense, use same tense be form is or plus being V3 by object. That is when the active voice under present continuous. When the active voice is under past continuous tense is also same. When the past continuous tense active voice, when you need to change into passive, use same past continuous tense be forms like was, were plus being plus V3 plus by plus object. That is the structure when we want to change active voice past continuous tense. When that is changed into passive, use same past continuous tense be forms plus being. Again, object of the active voice. That is very important because object of the active voice plays important role because that is going to be changed as subject under passive. Now, there will not be any passive voice for future continuous tense. So, for continuous tenses, from active to passive, when we change, we have present continuous tense and past continuous tense. There will not be passive voice for future continuous tense. Now, when we go to present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense, for all these perfect tenses, when they are changed into passive voice, use perfect continuous tense be forms. Suppose one example, she has understood the lesson. So here she has understood the lesson, has plus V3, that makes present perfect tense. The lesson object, that becomes subject under passive voice. The lesson has been understood by her. So like this, any perfect tense, either present perfect tense or past perfect tense or future perfect tense, use perfect continuous tense be forms under passive voice. Like present continuous, present perfect tense, when it is changed into passive, have been, has been plus V3 plus by plus object. If it is past perfect tense, for all the subjects means singular subjects or plural subjects, same had been plus V3 plus by plus object. For future perfect tense, will have been, shall have been plus V3 plus by plus object. So all these are the assertive sentences. So we have seen all the assertive sentences. So when the sentences are in simple tense, either simple present or simple past or simple future, use continuous tense be forms. Present continuous tense be form, past continuous tense be form, future continuous tense be form. When the active voices are under present continuous tense, past continuous tense, use same present continuous or past continuous tense be forms plus being plus V3. If the active voices are under perfect tenses, like present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense, we have to use perfect continuous tense be forms under passive voice. Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense. So this is the system for changing of active voice to passive, all the assertive sentences. Next, we are going to see interrogative sentences. So all the active voice and passive voice sentences connecting to the kinds of sentences are sentences also. As we have assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, again under interrogative, we have B form interrogative, WH type of interrogative, and we have imperative sentences and exclamatory sentences. So in the next class, we will be seeing how to change assertive sentences. If you are able to understand assertive sentences well, then interrogative sentences can be very easy. What you need to know is how to put a question tag sentence. Everything depends on the framing of the question tag. The rule and the system is same. The system is same for changing from active to passive voice. Only interrogative, if it is active voice in the interrogative, passive voice also should be under interrogative. So that changes will be there. On that we will be seeing in the next class. So I hope all the students understood this and try to keep in mind, and whatever the examples that you get for the homeworks, please do it well. So thank you, students.
Thank you.